Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Give me 1 second here. All right, so what are we seeing in the market this morning? Wow, I am tired this morning. That's crazy. So, yesterday we hit this set of equal highs that I was thinking that we were going to hit. You can see them right here. It's hard to see, but if we zoom onto like the 1 minute chart, you'll see they came from all the way on the left of the screen, if I even have enough data to show them. Yeah, so they were right over here. Let me see. You can see perfect equal highs here. I want to see this high hit, and I want to see the hourly fair value gap get touched. So if you guys look at the hourly chart, you can see this high right here. The start of the fair value gap is where I ultimately want us to draw it. Now, we did reject right from a new week opening gap, so that is a little bit concerning. Not too bad yet, but we'll have to see where we go from this fair value gap right here. So there's one right here. Basically, depending on where we go from this fair value gap is going to be really important. There is a possibility that we retrace down into here today, possible, but I'm assuming that this is going to be a high or a low that they leave in the market to go higher. So we'll really have to see what we get as far as a move. I'm looking to see if there are any equal highs that were formed in London or in Asia. Let's take a look. Let me delete this buy side. Nothing that I see just yet. Yeah, definitely an interesting spot to be right now. I basically want to see what we do within this hourly fair value gap and then potentially look for longs. I'm telling you guys right now, the moves yesterday were so much better. Like you guys saw me book 1,000 live, but I think that today is going to be a little bit more difficult to trade just based on what I'm seeing. We can watch this low here too to see if we sweep that. But definitely a more tough day in my eyes. Whoops. Yeah, strong selling pressure pretty much around, like across the board. There's pretty strong selling pressure. Take a look at ES and see what it's doing. Okay, so ES as well is somewhat weak. I think it's a little bit weaker than NQ right now, but only slightly. Yeah, guys, really right now, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. This is a very tough spot to be in the market, not somewhere that I really want to be trading. If this hourly inverses to the downside, like let's say we get an hourly close here at 7. Why is it saying at 9? Oh, yeah. At 9 o'clock Eastern, if we get an hourly close below this, we should target this low and then potentially go down here. Potentially. But we do have some bullish order blocks that have formed here and here on the hourly, so Maybe we get a bounce from within this. But you can see here, guys, that we've already swept all this low resistance liquidity from yesterday. And we rejected, again, from a new week opening gap here. So the likelihood of clean price action today is probably going to be slim. Like I can already see, based on this structure, that the price action probably will not be good. We did tap into the 4-hour fair value gap already, right? So we are rejecting right now from a 4-hour fair value gap. So yeah, really, really tough spot to be in. We have all these equal highs above. Okay, I'm going to draw these out a little further in time so you can see them. I think ultimately these will be the draw. Okay. The problem is it's difficult for us to get a clean delivery up to them, and we have to see this 4-hour and 1-hour inverse to target those. Let me delete some of these lines. There's so many lines on my chart. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to be super, super patient today. Just like yesterday, I mean, I'm always patient, but right now I don't see anything A+. There's no equal highs that have formed here. I do like this kind of trend line that we have going here. It's not as nice as yesterday. If you guys remember, yesterday's trend line looked like this. A little bit cleaner. I mean, they're both decent, but this one had more touches of the line. You can see here these aren't perfect. So definitely be careful today, guys. Tesla down to 414. Biggest decliner of the day. Interesting. ASML, which is one of our biggest swing trades, is up 3.4% on the day. That's nice. Let's see what biggest losers are. MicroStrategy. Enphase. Oh, not looking so good. Okay. Yeah, guys, so, I mean, for now, I don't see anything that I like in the markets. This is just not good PA, in my opinion. Again, depending on what happens in this hourly fair value gap is going to be super important today. This is a bullish fair value gap, and in theory, it should support price. We have more buy-side liquidity above and an hourly fair value gap. So this is going to be my ultimate draw for the coming days, maybe start of next week. Today's Thursday, right? Just making sure. Yeah, it's Thursday. Let's see what other news we have today. So we had our core retail sales, unemployment claims. Nothing else that's major that's going to move the market today. Everything is yellow folder news, so we're probably not going to see any massive moves. I mean, we could, but not like intraday moves that are super quick. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to post here. Yo, is anybody live trading today? Anyone have any trading with a cash account or any funded accounts? I'm going to post a link to my X account. If you guys have Twitter or if you guys are interested in joining the Discord, you can click the links here. Okay. Yeah, so nothing, guys. This is the hourly fair value gap. You can see it drawn in purple. This 1 minute fair value gap doesn't look half bad. Okay. Gear grind is long. Nice, bro. Good morning. So we do have this obvious sell side liquidity down here that I would like to see get swept. But if we inverse this 1 minute, I would say it's possible that we go back to this buy side. But again, guys, when I look for a long, I'm looking for obvious sell side liquidity to get swept first. We are trading out of a tiny 15-minute fair value gap right here. So it could be that we're getting a bullish reaction out of there. But this is not a leg of price that I see being like A+. I know it's hard to really explain, but when you guys have screen time, you'll feel the same way, I'm sure. So this is not an A+ fair value gap, in my opinion. We did sweep internal liquidity, but I'd rather see sell side get swept. And there's just nothing that's like A+. This is not a clean leg of price. You guys will probably learn that over time if you end up being profitable, but that's another thing in itself. But I can just see right now that this is not something that I really want to be a part of. Let's look at... I don't even bother looking at gold or anything right now. Let's take a look at the daily and see where we are. Also, guys, another thing to note, we do have a tiny, it's not tiny, but it is a daily fair value gap right here, okay, that we are currently rejecting from. Now, I will say this. If we can close the day above this fair value gap, I think the next draw is going to be this high right here. I'm going to delete this quick. So you guys can see this internal high right here on the daily. This should be the next draw. If this this is already inverse, so this is a very strong sign right here. And then the fact that we have this daily here is kind of like holding down price. Once we close above it, obviously the hourly and the 4-hour need to close, but it's a much stronger signal that we will go back to this buy side. Now, at minimum, I would aim for this high right here, and then I would hold runners up to here, and then these equal highs if you have positions. But that's the daily. On the weekly chart, I mean, there's really not much. And then, yeah, the next thing is the 4-hour. So what could happen here, guys? This is actually what I would love to see. So if we can get a trade into this 4-hour fair value gap right here that you see from this candle's low to this candle's high, that's the 4-hour. Maybe a trade into the hourly. That's where I would like to see some kind of a delivery up higher. So my guess is that we're going to come down and sweep this internal low. In fact, this isn't a half bad short here. I mean, it's not great because we didn't sweep any buy side. We didn't trade into this 1 minute fair value gap, but technically this could drive us down to this low. Again, it's not A+. I wouldn't take this, but it is something to note. You guys can study that and see how it behaves. Sorry, guys. Gear grind. Oh, I'm curious. So what was your long? What was the model? What was the setup you're looking at? How's AMD doing? Okay, AMD is reversing from the push that we had yesterday. Anywhere in this monthly fair value gap, guys, I am looking to add for my long-term position. So if you guys want a long-term play, study AMD. I think it's a great chart to be looking at, honestly. But yeah, I am super curious to see what happens today. I do want to point out this this low right here, okay? And actually not only this low, but this low right here. I want to potentially see this get swept before I move higher. And you can see from what I drew out here, that is the, wow, why does it always make it so funky? It is the low of the 4-hour gap. Or the high, I'm sorry, of the 4-hour fair value gap. So I would love to see price rebalance this 4-hour before going higher. We also have a new week opening gap here, so maybe we get some kind of a trade within these two levels and then get the longs. Yeah, so we'll see. Okay, so this low is actually the start of the hourly fair value gap, but I still would love to see that. Also, if we go to the hourly again and we draw a standard deviation from the high to the low that just formed, from the low to the high that just formed, the 50% is right here. So I would love to see us trade down into here to get our longs to go higher. But you guys can see so far this 1 minute fair value gap is still working to the downside. The IFVG, we never closed back above the fair value gap. Now, am I taking this? No. Like I said before, it's not worth it to me. But it's still not bad. Okay, this is not good music anymore. Gear Grind says, test of the lowest London FEG low. Test M1, M2, M3, M5, M15. Fair value gap low test. The London swing should be strong. If not, then my setup fails. Well, the London swing... Where's my London and New York session? Why is it not popping up here? I mean, the London swing was huge. London swing was 179 points. Okay, so there's the sell side, guys. You can see that the 1 minute I called out did work. But again, I would never take that. It's not A+. What was this little fair value gap? Oh, the 15. Okay, I'm going to delete that because it's obviously not being respected. Yeah, unfortunately, that was a failure. We could get a bounce from this low that we just swept. However, again, guys, I want to see these levels get tested. I would love to see a dump all the way down to sell side, maybe the hourly or the 4-hour. I'd prefer the swing low down here, and then I would prefer to get the long. Oh, I didn't alert the Discord that I was live. That's not good. Oopsies. Okay, so we are getting a potential inversion here. You can see that we did sweep a sell side level. We did sweep this low. right here. And I think we'll probably target this buy side right here. Maybe we can try a scalp here. Not a huge fan of it, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like that we swept this low, don't get me wrong. But I want lower draws, so I don't think this is really an A+ long. It will probably work, guys, at minimum to this high right here, but I don't think I'm going to take it, personally. By the way, guys, today is just going to be a funded account day. We had a big day on cash accounts yesterday and funded, so I'm just going to keep it to funded, and if nothing A+ comes, then I'll just keep it to eval. But, yeah. TLT with that big push yesterday. I like the fact that this is holding. Yo, good morning, Javier. How are you, bro? So you guys can see here, this set of fair value gaps did work to the upside, right? We inversed them, but my draw for right now is lower. I want to see these two lows get swept, so I am personally not entering any longs. Gear grind. Oh crap. Just put on my headset. I hear some music. All right. So wait, you didn't hear the music when you were just listening without a headset? I'll turn it up a little bit. Or is that too loud? I want to keep the music on, but I want to figure out how to, instead of having to play it from my phone, I want to add it like straight to the computer. By the way, Gear Grind, or whoever told me yesterday, they sent me a DM on X. I didn't see anything. Yeah, so you could only hear me talking, but not the music. I'll figure it out. But for now, I'll test some stuff out over the weekend to see if I can get it to work. Javier, did you take any setups today so far? I'm telling you guys right now, nothing is A+ right now. You guys that are new here, you're going to probably hear me say that a lot. And that's because I am extremely selective with what I trade. I don't just like to click buttons to click buttons. I'm not just here to entertain, like I've said many times, but even though this 1 minute is working right now, again, your stop to break even would have to be at this high. And you can see here that you already got stopped out on the trade, so. Because your entry was right here, right? You have to move your stop to break even at this high. And right now we are trading below. Oh, it wasn't a DM. I can't DM you. Why not? You just tagged me. I didn't see any tags either. I'm gonna put Tesla on the chart so I can just watch it. Big dump on Tesla this morning. Nike not doing much. What was I gonna look up? Oh, Enphase. Let's see how Enphase is delivering after yesterday. 64. Really need to see this start to push higher. I don't like that we keep trading below this, but we'll see what happens with this stock. So yeah, guys, I am going to be more patient here. I would love, again, to see some kind of a dump here, but my account is not verified or something like that. I am not a social media person, don't have accounts. Fair enough. Send me a DM on Discord, Gear Grind, if you have one. Okay, I'm guessing now that this 1 minute fair value gap is coming. Yeah, there's the 1 minute FEG. So if this inverses to the upside, we have a tiny one here as well, so not A plus either. So guys, I would love to see the market continue down here and sweep these lows. I'm on the hourly chart here. This low and this low seem very important to me. And it's also just a bullish fair value gap. So if the market is bullish, I'd like to see us come down, use them as support to go higher. Lol, that's the worst. I don't understand that platform at all. Oh, I didn't either. So I used to never like Twitter or Discord. Those are the only two I never had. And now they're pretty much the only ones I use. I don't use Instagram much. I post there, but I always schedule those. I barely even go on the app. I just post on the Creator Studio. And then, yeah, Discord I use every day now because that's where I run the whole Discord for the group. But then also X, I use that a lot. I never used to, but I don't use much other social media these days. So it is possible that this could be the low to drive us up into this fair value gap, but nothing I love. So I'd like to see this 1 minute fair value gap be used to drive us lower. That would be awesome. There's no new week opening gaps. You can see we rejected this new week opening gap and this one. Love to see this come down and test these two right here. I think age just caught up with me. How old are you again, Gear Grind? Ooh, do we have a set of equal highs here? Nope. Never mind. Sorry, guys. 36 by April. Bro, I have... One of my best friends, or one of my good friends, is 35. And, yeah, he doesn't use social media that much either. He does use YouTube, though. But you guys aren't that old. You guys still had all the tech that we had when we were teenagers. The PS2, I think, was your first device, or like the first major one, or the original PlayStation. I think which was the PS2, no? Or was it not? PS1. The PS1, yeah. Yeah, we used to play that at his house. So the 36-year-old, he has a brother who's my age. He's like 27, 28. We used to play that thing all the time. Started with Sega. Oh yeah, isn't that like Sonic? Isn't Sonic made by Sega? Or is that like something? Or am I? Excuse me if I'm not knowledgeable on the subject. The first console I had was a. For me, too much distractions on social media for sure, bro. No, I literally have a social media block. So if you guys look at my screen, I'm gonna pull this up right now. So like on X, I only am allowed to use X or Instagram or Facebook at other certain parts of the day. But I have this app. Hold on one second. So it blocks all kinds of stuff like the P word. It blocks all social media, and I can set time frames for all the stuff. So like if I go to X, I can only use Grok. So if I go to this, like home right now, it'll block me out. And it's literally impossible to get out of it. So like basically it allows me to limit my screen time on the computer. I have the same thing on my phone because it wastes so much time. But this app that I use, it's called One Focus on your Mac. If you ever are looking for something, and it literally, you cannot get rid of it. Like you can get rid of it, but if the time limit is set and you're in that time frame, like if you set it to block social media from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you can't delete the app until 7 p.m. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So it blocks anything you want. Social media, adult content, whatever it is. Sega Saturn. I don't even know what that is, bro. I've heard the Sega, the company, but... yeah, guys, I want to talk about trading too, but there's literally nothing happening here. This is like some really bad PA right now. Nothing that I want to be involved in. Sega Saturn. What is a Sega Saturn? That's before PS was made. I think I got mine in 1998. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So my first console was not a PlayStation, a PS3. It was a GameCube. First, I got the Game Boy Advance. I used to play Super Mario Brothers on that when I was like 8. Then I got the GameCube, and then we got the Wii, and then I got the PS3. And the first game I ever played was Black Ops. And if you guys are tuning in and you hear us talking about, if you ever come to this chat and I'm talking about anything apart from trading, it's because the price action is doggy poo poo, and we're not going to be trading that. So you guys can see here, we traded back into the 1 minute fair value gap like I expected after this inverse to the upside. Wicked into it. Now we're trading to the downside. I want to really want to see these levels get swept today. Yeah, it's all crappy right now. But guys, the reason that I'm not trading it, I already explained this earlier, but we had perfect equal highs right here, and we had data highs from a 1 minute chart. If we go back all the way. So look at what the London session did, which I was expecting, but there was no entry for me here. Honestly, the entries would have been holding from this leg of price and this leg of price. But basically from that fair value gap that we took yesterday on the 15 minute that took us all the way up, I booked my profits way early, which I should have held them, but it's fine. Still booked my almost $1,000 on the day. But from right here, we had perfect equal highs right here. And this, I believe, was a data high, if I'm not mistaken. Was it a data high? I don't remember. Wait, were the perfect equal highs here? Yeah, they were. I don't know where the data high was, but they were perfect equal highs there, and we swept them. So technically, because of that, I know that a lot of liquidity has been taken to the upside. And so you have to be careful with when you're longing. You basically have to wait for quite a bit of price action to play out before taking longs in this type of situation. So we swept them here, and you can see that we completely dumped from there. It's interesting that we got a 1 minute inversion here, so this is actually a pretty good trade. This was after buy-side liquidity was taken, right? And we had a pretty nice 1 minute short. And then you can see here that we closed. This was your entry right here. Stopped to break even at this low. You could have taken a partial here and then held the rest. And we never closed back above the IFEG. So you never really would have gotten stopped out of your trade. Though you would have probably gotten stopped out on this candle, right? When we came back up here, here, and here. We had a 3 drives pattern and rejected. What's up, Kay? Good morning, bro. No, the price action I've told everyone right now is really bad. And because we delivered London session, you guys saw we had that almost 200 point move in London. We took out the equal highs I was calling for yesterday, wherever they were, somewhere here or up here. I deleted them from the chart already, but there was a decent 1-minute short in London. But apart from that, I'm not liking anything here. I told people that we have this hourly low that we just swept, and this could potentially reverse us higher, but I would rather see the market come down into discount. So high, right, to low of the leg, which is right here. Discount is right in this general area. We have two new week opening gaps, and we have two sets of sell side. Now we could bounce from the order block here. So there's a bullish OB, right? These two down close candles. Whoops. These two down close candles after up close forms the order block. But I would rather see this order block get rejected and then see these lows get swept first before looking for higher. It's crazy. I have all types of age groups in here. Like there's 36-year-olds. I've had a few 40-year-olds in here before, and then younger guys like Kay. I think he's in his early 20s, and I'm kind of in the middle. But yeah, guys, this is just poopy. Poopy PA. But, oh, Kay, did you see my, so I want to point this out to you guys, okay? So Kay sent me a message, one of my Discord members. Where was the message? Okay, so he asked me if this, this 3-minute IFEG long was good. So let's see if what people think. So this is a 3-minute IFEG on the NAS 100. So I'm going to go, you guys can post what you think. I'll give you like 30 seconds to look at it and tell me if you think that this entry was good. This was the candle he entered on. 100% gear grind. So he entered on this candle. I can't really zoom into this, unfortunately, but actually if I open it in the browser, I might be able to. He entered on this candle right here. And he is up right now, but what do you guys think? Is that a good IFEG or no? Without seeing anything else. I need someone to put their neck on the line and tell me what they think. And also, if you have no idea what an IFEG is, DM me or ask, and I will explain it to you guys. Come on, guys. No one's going to answer? Is this a good IFEG setup on this candle right here? Could be. It might be. It might not. But I want to hear your thoughts. No, nobody's gonna answer. I'm not gonna get off this screen until somebody answers. All right, gear grind. It's decent because it's going after a liquidity sweep and pushing with green candles. Okay. Gonna give it 10 more seconds or 15 more seconds, and if nobody answers, then I will explain what I think. All right. First of all, Javier says yes, closed above the IFEG. All right. So both of you think it's decent. I will tell you I don't think it's decent at all. And there's two reasons. Number one, we have two IFEGs in this leg. Do you guys see there's a second one right here? And when he enters on this candle, This fair value gap could be the spot where we reject from. So I don't like this entry. Number two, I'm looking to the left of the chart. I don't see that we're delivering from any bullish fair value gaps. This is like a random spot in the market. Okay. I don't have higher time frame context. So I don't know the higher time frame draw. This looks like a potential start to a sell model. And this is just a risky entry. We'd have to wait for this to close above, but by the time it does, you're already targeting this internal high right here, which is not really that major, but you would have to move your stop to break even quickly, and this is likely to come back and retrace. So I don't like this. I do like this right here. Okay, so we swept this sell side liquidity right here with this candle. If this was an entry, which it doesn't look like it was, right, because the entry was here. If this closed above, like right here on this candle, this would be the A+ entry in my opinion. You'd have a much better stop loss. You could move your stop to break even quickly if you got a bullish candle, and then you could just let it run. Take a partial at this high or this high, whichever you prefer. Isn't the questioning about the IFEG? Yeah, it is about the IFEG. So I'm saying that this candle entry is not good because we have a secondary IFEG in this leg. So we could have easily rejected from this IFEG. So if you guys have questions, you can ask me, but that was a DM that I got today. Damn, already out of coffee. What the hell? So you guys see how I'm not saying that I'm the master predictor, but I told you guys I didn't like any PA, and you can see here, look at this barcode price action. All these wicks that are forming, nothing is delivering cleanly. My answer is based purely off the IFEG and the sweep. Yeah, the IFEG was not good. The sweep was decent. But his entry was, again, on that secondary fair value gap. So it wasn't a good entry, in my opinion. Okay, how's everything else doing today? Ooh, Celsius is doing decently. I might look to add to this position. We'll see, though. You guys can see that this has a daily FEG right here. That if we close above, this will probably deliver higher. But yeah, not the best looking stuff. Boeing is moving higher. I want to see if Boeing can get back into... Oh, it did. It got back into this weekly. So I'm still holding some of my position on this, guys. But I want to see a strong delivery out of this weekly fair value gap to go higher, like up to 200 on Boeing. Nobody wants to add this stock right now, but I think it's the perfect time to do it. I mean, our ads were at 150, 152. So my stop is to break even on this trade for all my runners, but you guys can see on the daily chart, this is where I was adding. So look at how good this was. We swept liquidity to the downside, and we inversed all of these fair value gaps right here on this candle. So I entered on the retracement, and yeah, we've been good. And also, we were delivering from, was it a weekly fair value gap? Or a monthly? What were we delivering from again? I don't remember what we were delivering from. There wasn't really any like clean delivery spots that I remember, but this daily fair value gap was good enough for me to take. That's why. BRB. All right. So again, guys, complete chop here. This is nothing that we want to be trading right now. I wish I could just like fast forward the market and just alert you guys and boom, like we'd go back live, but unfortunately we can't do that, and we don't really know when the entry is going to come. But again, guys, I've explained I really want to see this come down and sweep all this liquidity. So do 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 do. What else is looking good? Yeah, guys, so basically now we just wait, because like I said, there's really nothing. So one thing okay, this is not really related, but if we look at Nike, let me pull it up here. So one thing I like to do, guys, when I buy big positions in big companies, like for example, right now I'm buying pretty heavy into Nike. We're in this 3-month fair value gap right here and basically touching the lows. So I would love, love, love to see this be the low. So let's say we get like a turtle soup at this low right here. Touch the bottom of the fair value gap. Right now we're like just a few cents off of it. Would love to see the reaction here. But what I like to do is sell covered calls. So when I buy like a few hundred shares, my cost basis is around $72 right now, give or take. So I was able to sell covered calls against my position, and I'm able to collect really nice premiums on those. So, I mean, just for 100 shares, you're able to earn like $70 to $100 a week, give or take, maybe a little bit more, a week and a half, off of just selling covered calls. So I can earn an additional probably $600 to $800 every 2 weeks on just 300 shares of Nike. So it's pretty good extra income that you make, and it's basically just being paid to own your shares. Obviously, if Nike pushes, then you might have to sell your shares for a higher price, but selling covered calls is really good. So if you guys ever start buying long-term shares and you own over 100, you can sell covered calls and you can make a ton of premium. Just for owning shares. And worst case scenario, if the stock moons, you get to sell the shares at a higher price than you own them, so you're making money no matter what. Chop, 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 guys. See how nice it is? Like, if you understand the market, you know when this is going to happen. I didn't say specifically we're going to chop around, but I said this is not good price action. I would not be trading it. And you can see what happens. Again, guys, we're not going to see good price action probably until we get liquidity sweeps. Do. Oh goodness. I wish I could just fast forward this market. That's the really nice thing about like replay trading. If you ever like want to study the markets, you can just fast forward. Gear Grind says, what do you think about dollar cost average trading? Dollar cost average trading or dollar cost average investing? Dollar cost average trading, where if you're losing a position and you're averaging down, most of the time is probably not a good idea, but it really just, it depends on what you're looking for. Like on companies, I don't really do that, but like with long-term investing on a company like AMD, I'm happy to keep dollar cost averaging on this position because I believe heavily in AMD for the future, and I'm happy to just keep buying shares at cheaper prices. Most of the time though, I don't add until it's good enough, like it's too good to ignore. So like with AMD, we're down 48% from highs. That's where I started adding. Right? I don't add until we're at minimum 20 to 30%, and in 20 to 30% discount of a specific stock. Also, like ASML, one of the companies that I just recently bought, I alerted on the Discord right at the lows. So like the 3-month fair value gap, or the monthly, it was a 3-month fair value gap at the mean threshold was where I first added, and I've just been holding the stock. But like normally my ads are low enough where we're close to the bottom, or very close. Like we're close to the bottom or we're at the bottom. Not always, obviously. I'm not perfect, but my ads are at very typically like my large ads for stocks are at very good spots. On ASML, if you look at the monthly chart, we were down 41% from highs pretty much. So I like to add big blue chip companies at deep discounts. I don't normally just like add because they have a red day. I have big ads at low periods and I just hold. For trading though, like day trading, absolutely not. Dollar cost averaging is really bad in my opinion. You need to have a set entry and a set exit. I don't think you need to be like averaging down on your daily position when you're trading with margin, which is what you're doing with day trading. Let's take a look at ES quick and see what it's doing too. So ES already traded into his order block. You guys can see, I mean, NQ is close to trading to the bodies, but ES has already traded down into the bodies, and it's having a decent reaction. But also nothing A+ here. Nothing at all. Every time I place a stop, it gets hit. Hence, I trade super low lots. Hence, I cost in. Yeah, I don't know. That's not how I trade. I like to have solid sized entries, and I exit accordingly. I average my exits. I average out my exits. Like, I won't take everything out at once. Most of the time, I take partials. But as far as entries are concerned, it's an official entry without averaging in. I think over time, you'll be a lot more profitable doing that because it's easier to track data. And if you trade with similar size lots, so I only trade with 1, 2, or 3 contracts depending on, with NQ, depending on, first of all, the moves of the day, how big the day has been, how many points gets you how much money. And then just based on the confidence of the trade. Doesn't make sense, but that's what I do. Well, returns are low. What's Roblox doing? So there's a I don't know if you guys heard about this. There's an investment firm called Hindenburg. I believe it's Hindenburg Capital. And they basically said that Reddit is going to 0 right here. And they predicted that day was the absolute bottom on the stock and it rocketed. And they're actually, they're going out of business. But yeah, Reddit is doing pretty well now. Gear grind, maybe it's because I am afraid of losing. Yeah, I mean, just looking at what you just said, it's like a red flag. You said, doesn't make sense, but it's what I do. If something doesn't make sense, guys, and you're doing it, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. Returns are low. Also, if you have a strategy where returns are really low, unless like you're very consistent with it, and you take high volume trades, then, I mean, why? You have to reevaluate. Maybe because you're afraid of losing. If that's the issue with you, then you need to basically go back to the drawing board and also try and, yeah, just reevaluate your mindset when it comes to trading. And try and think about why it's happening, and, yeah. Oh, it doesn't make sense when I try to explain it. Well, that's also not a good sign. You should be able to explain your strategy simply. If it's not simple, and the returns are low, if it's a great strategy and it's so complex that it's hard to explain it to the average mind, that's a different story. But if it's not an optimal model and you're getting low returns with it and you think you have a fear of losing and you can't explain it, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Okay, so we did just sweep this internal high, but again, guys, we have all this buy side above. Is this a good entry for a short? Maybe. Is this the leg that drives us lower? Possibly, but it's not a plus to me. So this is where I sit and I wait. We could have a pretty big down move from here, I'm not going to lie. However, nothing gives me confidence on that. I'd rather see the market deliver down. Also, one thing, guys, the market moves up 75% of the time. So I have to be very selective with my shorts, and it has to be when buy-side liquidity, heavy buy-side is being taken, because I don't really like scalping for small moves. If it's like super high confidence, I'll do it sometimes. But especially with shorting, I prefer to have a like opportunity for big downsized moves. And the model only presents itself at major levels of buy-side liquidity. So yeah, so like this right here was a pretty good short. I would have taken this with heavy size if I was on London. Because we were right next to a buy-side area, like right next to an hourly, and we rejected a new week opening gap. So a lot of the times, this is a reversal spot. And then we could target the next low. Yo, for those of you who are not using headphones, can you hear the music? Like relative, like is it like, first of all, is the music clear? And if not, is it loud at all? Because I'm gonna fix it obviously over the weekend, but I want to just know for now if it even works at all with the iPhone playing in the background. Do 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 do. Wow, this is so boring. So boring. See, this is why, like, guys, I wish I could just fast forward this market, because anybody that's trading this right now is getting destroyed. And it makes sense because we know that the draw on liquidity is either going to be higher or lower, probably lower. And this is just meant to, it's like time distortion. It's chopping people out of the market and making them lose their butts. And they're getting, if they're going long, they're going to get stopped out. If they're going short, they're getting stopped out. If they're going long, you're getting stopped out. It's like everything is designed to make you lose. It's like, this is like the death by 1,000 paper cuts model in the markets. So once we finally deliver lower, I would love for equal highs to have formed here, but so far there's nothing. But once we can deliver lower, hopefully to sell side, then we'll get our long setups. What the hell is this from? Wow. I wonder what other live streamers are saying right now, because this is literally garbage. ES has a small 15-minute gap that will probably get traded into. But yeah, this is not clean. This is not a clean spot to be in. Do, 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 do. Alright, I'm going to go on X for a little bit and see if there's any news. Whoa, my stomach just grumbled like crazy. See if there's any interesting news on X and we can talk about it. Also, guys, if you have any setups that you want to ask about, or any charts or anything, you can tell me now while we have downtime, because there ain't nothing right now. Okay, finally a little downside move. No continuation with these moves. Oh, this is a part of the market that I hate the most. This is like the most painful part of sitting in the markets, especially when you're live streaming, because there's literally nothing. Like, there's nothing to talk about here. Goodness. I need to get like a game on my phone or something to play while this nonsense is happening. Do 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 do. Oh, how is Riot doing right now? And all the crypto stocks. Only down 2%. Bitcoin at 98. Did we hit 100,000 yesterday? Oh, we hit 100,000 yesterday. Let's go. Oh my god, guys. What an awful area to be in. Did you guys see yesterday Biden came out and he was like, I am concerned. It was his farewell address and he said, I am concerned. Too much chop getting out of your position. What position are you in, Gear Grind? Are you still in that same long from earlier? Crazy. So Biden came out and he was like, I'm scared that what did he say? He said billionaires and extremely powerful people have too much influence on the United States, and he's afraid of the oligarchy that's forming and that it's a threat to democracy. I don't know if he's just completely demented or if the poor guy just doesn't realize that George Soros and all these other people have been doing the exact same thing since the beginning of time. Crazy. You guys see Trump's photo too? Look at this. So this was Trump's photo in 2016 or 2017, his first inauguration. And this is his new his new photo. He means business, bro. Look at that. That's crazy. Too much chop. I've been long since. Lord says, what app is it? What do you mean, what app is it? What the heck? So, okay, for you guys that are new, what I'm using right now is called TradingView. This is like the software that you use to load up all your charts. Like I can see all these stocks, but my trading platform is, well, I use a cash account through TradeStation and Trade08. Those are the two brokers that I use. And then the prop firms and funded accounts I have are through Apex Funded Trading. So if you guys have questions on that, you can DM me, but that is what I trade with. It's not related to Phantom, so I don't understand. Holy shit. Phantom, Binance, Bull X. No, bro, we don't trade with any of those. Or this is not a crypto trading group. I don't trade crypto at all. I buy Bitcoin, but I'm not trading on Binance or Bull X. If you think I'd be trading on a brokerage called Bull X, you've lost your mind. Imagine looking at something called Bull X and thinking, yeah, I want to put $100,000 of my hard-earned money into this brokerage. I play Candy Crush Saga to pass the time. Yeah, I should, bro. Kind of want to play chess. Should we play a game of chess on the screen? Whoa. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. So we just inversed these two 1 minute fair value gaps. Is this A+? Hell no. Hell no. Look at this algorithm. Look at this, guys. Look at this on the 3 minute. Look at this perfect trend line that's forming here. What I would love to see is this to just completely get smoked, back to the downside, get all this liquidity to be swept, and then get a nice long later in the day. Do 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 do. God, people are so dramatic, bro. Oh my god. Okay, so we did inverse this to the upside. It was this A+. Hell no, like I said. You could have tried it, stop to break even here, but it's not worth it to me at all. I'm hoping that this is engineering perfect equal highs. Watch how this candle reacts. If we just take this out by one tick and we go lower, then we'll probably go back to lows in the day. But for now, there ain't nothing, guys. If this inverses to the upside, how does a 5-minute look? Nah, I don't like it. We have this 3-minute fair value gap that if it inverses to the upside, we could see this high and this high up. Not my cup of tea, guys. I want lower first. We're going to go long because I just cut my long trades. Happens 70% of the time. Market takes my initial direction after I get out. Unfortunately, gear grind, that sounds like a you problem, bro. I don't know if it's what entries you're picking or what, but I'm telling you guys right now, there was 0 long setup here. I don't know what model gear grind trades officially, but I would have taken nothing here. Have you invested in XRP? Hell no. Guys, I don't touch any nonsense. The riskiest play I have is Riot, which is a Bitcoin miner, and it's 0.05% of my portfolio. 0.05, not even 1% risk. Lord, do you invest in XRP, bro? Let's take a look at the XRP chart, guys, for shits and giggles. I don't even know how to do it, but I think it's on CryptoCap. Holy shit. Look at this. That is wild. Let's see if we could spot any IFEG setups in here. Jesus, this is crazy. Look at this one, guys. This was really nice. Sweep of liquidity to the downside. Hourly IFEG. This looked really good. I would have probably taken this. So this is what I'm saying, guys. My model repeats itself on every single asset on every single time frame. Stop to break even would be at this internal high right here. Or a take profit. And I would probably take a partial at this high, a partial at this high, and then I would leave runners. And you can see here now that it's delivering very nicely. Okay, support and resistance mixed with an FEG. Okay. Do 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 do. So if this 3 minute closes above, guys, before this high gets hit, you can try along, but not my cup of tea. Trying to learn, I'm a new trader. Lord, one thing I would suggest for you guys, so this is technically an entry, stop to break even when this high hits, and you can see that immediately you get stopped out of the trade, so not a good one in my opinion. Look at the 5 minute, there's nothing A plus here either. If I were you, Lord, and you're a new trader, I would focus on only NQ and ES. These are futures markets. They're the best markets to trade. And start with a prop firm. Pay every month. It's like 19 bucks if you get it on discount. And yeah, focus on trying to pass a prop firm account. And then you get a funded account and go from there. But stop with the eye candy, like this XRP shit. Like, it's just so not worth it. These are the kinds of things that pump and dump very quickly. You have to be super careful with this stuff. How do I see what the market cap is of this? Yeah, of course, Lord. Yeah, skip out on all this eye candy, guys. If you're new to trading, this is all hype. And a lot of the times you will lose your ass trying to trade these types of things. Be smart. Trade the futures market. It's a lot better for your portfolios. I promise you that. But yeah, we should hit this internal high now that this 3 minute has inversed. Again, guys, this is not my model. I don't like trading this type of setup. But that is up to you guys and what you do. I would have loved to see something down here. But this 1 minute fair value gap was not great. I wanted lower liquidity. So we have another 15-minute fair value gap here. So if this is able to close above, I actually don't mind looking for longs. And then target this buy side ultimately. Maybe we get that today. I don't know. So the 15-minute candle closes at 11. Oh, this is a 30-minute. Sorry, guys. The 50-minute is up here. Yeah, this is just not good, guys. There's a 50-minute fair value gap here. We could reject from anywhere inside of it. The 30-minute looks good, but then we have the 50-minute above it. Not a place I want to be looking for longs. Can it work? Yes. Is it A plus? No. Oh, is this what the market cap is here? 1 billion? Wait, what the hell? The price of XRP? Oh, this is market cap. Okay, never mind, never mind. 190 billion market cap. So for this to end up being a $1 trillion company, we would have to 200 billion. 200 billion? Wow. That's crazy. So for us to get to $1 trillion market cap, we would need a 500% return from here. Wow. Okay, so guys, this buy side should come next, like I said. See what happens if it does. But there really was no good entry here, guys, I'll be honest. Even the 2-minute, so the 1-minute chart, we had this fair value gap, cool. But on the 2-minute chart, we had nothing. On the 3-minute chart, we had nothing. Don't like it, guys, at all. Lord says, in the beginning learning stage, how many did you lose before seeing profits? I'm at 4,000 down. Oh, I lost a lot more than $4,000, bro. Probably close to 20,000 in my accounts. Now, for me, luckily, that's not that much. I mean, it's still a lot of money, but most of my money initially was made through real estate. So I had a cushion for trading, but I was being really dumb. And yeah, it took me a very long time before I became profitable and before I became so selective. Like, for most people, guys, it's very difficult to see the market run like this and not take a trade. You guys can see that we did hit buy side liquidity here after the 3-minute inverse to the upside. That was your entry. And then you obviously had drawdown, and then you could have taken it to the high, but this was the move to break even for me. So I started trading in, well, I started investing in like 2016. At like 16 years old, or however old I was, I don't even remember. And then when COVID hit, that was when I really got interested in day trading and long-term investing in like big companies. So I put a lot of money into my long-term trades. I bought Tesla, I bought Google, I bought Amazon, Microsoft, all the big blue chips. So I'm pretty heavy green on a lot of those since 2020. Put a lot of money into my Roth IRA after the dips. But that was kind of like the investing part of it. And then I started going on X or Twitter and seeing all these day traders making gains, seeing things like XRP where people were making like 100 or 1,000% returns on options. I started with options trading, joined a bunch of Discords, lost a bunch of money. Then I found ICT. And initially with ICT trading, I was not profitable. I did lose money from it. But then I learned about the inverse fair value gap setup, which is what I teach. For those of you guys who don't follow, an inverse fair value gap setup. When we form a fair value gap, which you take 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, draw a box between the first and the third. If we close above it, that signals like a market structure shift, and we're likely to target the next internal highs. So you can see here that we closed above. That was the entry. Stop loss would be a 3-minute close back below the fair value gap. Take profit at buy side. So that is the model that I solely trade now, combined with liquidity, new week opening gaps. But that was, once I started learning that, probably 6 months into that, I was profitable, and I've been profitable ever since. So that's my journey. And now I try my best to help people learn it. But I also, guys, am very selective. Like, this one was okay. I wouldn't say this is A+. 100%, Lord. You guys can subscribe. That's completely free. I trade free most days here. So if you guys are just looking to learn, you can just join when I have live streams. If you want to join the Discord later, you're welcome to, but that is a fee. But you'll see on the Discord every single day I will post. I post market reviews, but then there's under the news economic calendar section, you guys will see what days I trade. This website that you see here is called forexfactory.com, and the red folder news are the days that I like to trade. So like today, yesterday, we made 800 live. You guys saw that. And then on Tuesday, we traded, I don't remember what my profits were on Tuesday. I think I made, did I lose? I think I ended up making money at the end of the day on this. I lost my first trade and then made it back. I posted in the Discord. But yeah, so anyways, I trade completely free. So you guys don't need to go to the Discord, but it's just an extra bonus. And then I call out live trades there. Yeah, and I'm going to start doing a lot of live streams in there. But for now, while I'm building up the community, I'm going to be trading on YouTube. And I will do that for free, obviously. Okay. So we do have a 1 minute fair value, or no, not even a 1 minute. A 2 minute fair value gap here that we just rejected from. This doesn't look like a bad short, honestly. If we can close below, can try it. So you guys can see that this candle is closing below, but we're already so low. This would have been my stop to break even on the trade. So I can't take this now. It's too bad of an RR. How's ES doing? Did you release a website, release a video on which website to go for trading? No, I have not, Lord, but I could do that. Do you have Discord, Lord? If you have Discord, you can add me as a friend, and I'll send you links to the ones I use. Give me 1 second, guys. But I will, can I sign into chat here? Hold on 1 second. Let me see if it's allowing me to. No. So again, guys, the prop firms that I use are Apex Trader Funding. You guys can write that down. Apex Trader Funding. So you guys can do a few things. So look at the top of the video. You guys can see I have links for my Twitter account and my Discord. If you want to DM me on Twitter, you can click that link and you can add me as a follower there. Or you can go on Discord and just add me as a friend and DM me. And I'll send you guys links to all the prop firms I use and everything like that. Gear Grind said, like when you say, like it when you say it's a me problem. I just admit it's a me problem. Yeah. Guys, this is the beautiful part about trading. It's kind of like chess. That's why I like chess so much. You are basically the results that you get are completely your fault. Yes, there are, like, with chess, for example, if you make the wrong move, that's it. Like, you make the wrong move. It's your fault. Somebody will beat you. With trading, there is manipulation, but you need to learn all the manipulations that can happen and make the right decisions. It's always a you problem. So ES actually had a decent short. It was better than NQ. You can see here. We swept highs and we inversed the 1 here. That was your entry. And you can see that we're coming all the way down here. But look at this dump now after the 1 minute inverse. So to continue my train of thought, the prop firms I use, again, Apex Trader Funding. I think that's what it is, or Apex Funded Trading. Apex. I always get confused on what the full name is. And then My Funded Futures is another good one. And the beautiful part, and the reason I wish I would have started that way, is because you only have to pay a monthly fee. If you get an 80% discount, it's like 30 bucks a month. If you get a 90% discount, it's like $19 a month for an account, for a 50K account. And you basically are not risking your own capital. So instead of me losing 20 grand like I did in the beginning of my trading, if I just use prop firms from the get-go, I would have been able to practice trading and basically come to the reality of how good or bad I was without having to risk my own money. That's what I wish I would have done to start. And yeah, I would also focus a lot more on buying companies for the long term. I think that that's super important. And I did focus on it, but I wish I would have bought more. Wish I would have bought more Tesla. Wish I would have bought more Microsoft, more Google, more Amazon, more Apple. But yeah. Jose Ramirez still looking good for short. What's up, Jose? Yeah, I mean, it's not looking bad for shorts, but again, this entry here I didn't like so much. First of all, we have a lot more buy side above. Second of all, the entry was really low, so the odds of you getting stopped out of this trade were high. Not my cup of tea. If we would have entered like this on ES, that's a much better entry in my opinion. But the fact that we only closed down here on NQ made it worse. But I would not be surprised to see us go back to the lows. There's no SMT either on ES. They're both making higher lows. You guys can see that. Right? Whoops. Higher low. Higher low. So I don't know what is going to happen here. Again, I'm not trying to pretend that I'm the market guru. There are times to be in the market, guys, and times not to be. And right now, for me, this is the time not to be in the market. Do, 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 do. Also, what I'm going to do, for those of you guys who are new, because a lot of my friends in real life, they have asked me, like they follow me on YouTube and they see all my like shorts. They wanted me to make them a video of like general vocabulary, like buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, fair value gaps, premium, discount. So I think I'm going to make a video, like a course that's going to just generally, it's going to be free obviously on YouTube, but something that generally talks about what every single thing is. Because I kind of overestimate how many people actually know what it is. Because I come from an ICT community, you know, like everyone on X knows what it is, but regular people don't. And people that are just joining randomly that see my shorts, that have no idea what ICT concepts are, I think it's important. So if you guys want that, let me know and I'll make a short form course on it for you guys. I'll like add a playlist on YouTube. Laura's been doing only meme coins till now. Bro, trust me, trust me, trust me. Trust, please. For those of you guys who trade meme coins, and that's the only thing you trade, if you're new to the stock market and the futures market, please listen here. Do not touch those things. Do not touch them. Delete every meme coin off your charts. Never look at them. I'm telling you right now. Yes, there's a chance you invest $14 into your meme coin and it goes up to 100. Great. But the reality is, if you don't have money, you should not be trading meme coins. Okay? Meme coins are the thing you use risking 0.5% of your portfolio when you have $1 million portfolio. And you're risking, I don't know, $1,000 or $2,000 on a meme coin, and you have a actionable setup like what I showed you guys on XRP, okay? I trade inverse fair value gaps, and I know that this setup works like 80% of the time. We had a rate of sell-side liquidity. We had an hourly IFEG. This is the entry on the long. I still have a model. I'm not just longing it to long it. Or if you are really a bottom feeder trader, you can look for entries in these low all-time lows like we did on Bitcoin. This XRP looks exactly the same as Bitcoin. It looks very similar as far as like structure, but a lot of cryptos behave this way. But regardless, you should have a lot of money before you start trading meme coins and risk 0.5%, 1% of your portfolio on something with an actionable setup or a bottom feeding at the bottoms of markets, like the bear market of 2022. But until then, you shouldn't touch anything. Trust me. Yeah, Javier, sell them off. Get rid of those meme coins, guys. Trust me. They do nothing for you apart from make you lose money. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk. So interesting, guys. So you see why I didn't like this? The 30-minute fair value gap here that was up here, we rejected from. The 15-minute was higher. We came back and touched it perfectly. You guys can see we filled it perfectly here. Just went up by a tick and now we're rejecting. So would not be surprised if this goes lower now. If this 5-minute inverse is the downside, I wouldn't mind looking for shorts down to this low and this low. Whoops. So let's see how the 5-minute closes here. But these would be the target. So the short would be an entry somewhere here. Stop loss would be a close back above the 5. TPs would be here and here. But I'd need to look for a 1-minute entry probably. Maybe it'd be fine on the 5, but Lord, I'm so happy to hear that, bro. I'm so happy that you needed to hear something like that. I wish I would have learned that when I was younger. Now, personally, I never had the appetite for these meme stocks. I knew it was all gambling and stupid. But the futures market, yes, everything is a risk in life. Walking out the front door is a risk. Trading NQ is a risk. But if you have a model that's repeatable, this is the best thing, the best asset to trade. I'm telling you guys right now. ES and NQ. Right here, these futures, ticker symbol NQH 2025 is this quarter's contract. But in general, NQ1, if you want to use NQ1, you can. This is the continuous contract, right? That is what you need. You don't need anything else. You can make hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. You can make $100,000 in a day trading this. You don't need meme coins to make $100,000 in a day. You just need proper risk management and proper sizing for something like this. You can make $6,000 in a day. I've made $6,000 in a day off trading NQ. I made $8,000 the other day. So just be patient, learn this, and that's all you need. I'm telling you. You can learn it completely for free. You don't need a course. You don't need a Discord. You can literally learn everything for free on YouTube. All the IFEG setups I take, I make shorts every like 2 days. I post one, teaching you guys what setups are A+ and what are not. It will be helpful if you could explain how to do your first trade video after setting up the website. So I'm not going to do like instructional videos on how to set up the websites and stuff. You guys can do that research on your own. There's plenty of videos on YouTube already for that. For example, if you want to get an Apex prop firm account, literally just type in on YouTube, how to set up an Apex prop firm account. And there are probably 100 videos out there on how to do that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to teach you how to trade once you get that set up. So look that up, guys, or how to set up a My Funded Futures account on YouTube, and you'll get an instructional video that goes into heavy detail. Exactly, Lord. Yeah, go study that. And again, guys, you don't need any courses. Everything that you could ever possibly learn on IFEGs is on YouTube. If you follow somebody that's good at trading, the best thing that they're going to do for you is speed up the learning process. So that's the goal for me for these live streams, is basically to filter out all the noise, because I've gone through hundreds of hours of videos on all things related to ICT. There's lots of fluff. There's a lot of nonsense. But basically, I filtered it down to inverse for value gaps. That's my model. I trade it. I've become, in my opinion, a master at it. I know which ones are great to take and which ones are not. And my goal is to try and teach you guys to spot the same things that I'm spotting. And if you can, then that's the best thing you're going to get, right? That's the best thing somebody else is going to give to you. As far as like Discords, the only reason I would join a Discord, number one, is if the person live trades and you like the way that you like their style, and if they offer other things, like if they offer their long-term positions, if they explain option selling or swing trading or whatever it is. That's the only reason I would join a Discord, and even that is not needed. If you learn inverse for value gaps, you can also use that same principle for long-term assets. If the person is really good at reading earning reports or 10Ks, then they can be a good confidence booster as to which stocks you should be adding. But again, that's all up to your risk profile. Jose says, how many contracts on MNQ should I be doing on a 50K? So on my 50K fundeds, Jose, I never trade more than 3 MNQs. That allows me to basically risk about $200 a day on the account. But really, honestly, you should be risking. So you get $2,500 of drawdown, right? On a 50K funded. So 250. Yeah, I mean, in theory, you really shouldn't be risking more than $125 a day, because that's 5%. So you don't really want to be risking more than 5% of the account on a trade. But personally, until I get an account up to the funded account up to the $2,500 win, I trade with 3 MNQs. And what would your stop loss? What would be your stop loss? I don't risk more than $200 until I get to the 52,600. Then the trailing drawdown gets rid of, and then you basically don't have to worry about that. Sometimes from there I'll trade with more, but basically I don't trade with more than 3 MNQ on a 50K, and I don't risk more than $200 on a trade on MNQ. On NQ, that's a different story. On my 300K fundeds or 250K fundeds or 150K, you can trade with a lot more size, right? Yeah, 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. No, I never risk 200 to make 100. I risk 100 to make 200. You guys should never be doing negative RR trades. So risking $200 to make $100 is terrible. Never do that, guys. Never, ever, ever do that. That's the reason most people are not profitable, because they risk double what they're willing to make. So let's say you lose 4 trades in a row, you're losing $800 and your potential profit on the trade was only $400. It should be the opposite. You should be, if you lose 4 trades, you should be risking $400. And if you win the next 4 trades, you'll make $800 back. So you'll be profiting $400. Yeah. Never, never negative RR risk, guys. Never. But sometimes, guys, unfortunately, like yesterday, okay, I risked $2,500 and the goal was to make 7,500. However, well, not 7,500, it was like 5,000 bucks. But depending on what happens with the trade, once your stop gets moved to break even, the risk parameters change. So initially it was a 2-to-1, but once the trade moved in my favor and I was able to take a partial and I moved my stop to break even, the risk parameters changed. So now it was a free trade. So it was an infinity RR. So at that point, I will reduce risk if need be. So yesterday I only made $800 risking 2,500, but because of how the trade moved, the risk parameters changed. I hope that makes sense. And it just depends on your experience in the market and what you think is going to happen and how much time you have. Like I wanted to get off the charts. I was sitting there for hours and hours and hours. So I decided that it would make more sense to book profits. And because my stop had been moved to break even and it was a free trade, things changed. So that's the general idea, though, is to risk 100 to make 200 or $1 to make $2. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay. Is your Discord William Davis 123? Yes, sir. I gotta change that. I don't know why it's William Davis, but I made this Discord a long time ago, and like I had a pen name. Where is my streamer mode enabled? Oh, wait, guys. The 5-minute closed below, did it not? No, it didn't yet. Sorry, never mind. So the 5-minute fair value gap is holding right now. Closes in 2 minutes, so we'll have to see how this candle closes. I don't know, but the idea of building a Discord, guys, and like creating a community, it really excites me. Like something that gets me out of bed in the morning is the idea of like building something that teaches other people. And also, I mean, building a business is awesome too, but like leaving a impression on a community or like helping somebody that is struggling with this type of thing and being able to have them like make money. Like a few of my Discord members, they send me screenshots of trades that they've taken, or they follow something that I took and they make money with it. But not just following it, but understanding why the trade is taken is like wild to me. It's so motivating. Okay, so probably not going to get an entry on this 5-minute short, guys, but you can see that this bullish... Oh, whoops, I'm on the 10-minute. This 5-minute fair value gap is completely not holding, and this low is probably coming next. These two right here. Jose's in the short. The name isn't registering. Could you please add me? Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna... How do I add somebody on Discord? DM. Create a DM. Type in the username B Pang 1998. Wait, what? B-Peng, did you get a message from me? I just tried to send something. Oh, add a friend here. B-Peng 1998. Okay, I sent you a friend request. Okay, guys, so there technically is a 5-minute short here. Should we try and scalp this? I don't think I will. But technically, these lows should hit now. But I'd rather not scalp this low. I'd rather see, like, let's say we sweep this high right here, trade into this 1 minute and get a short. That would be better. So guys, just because there was a 5-minute entry, okay, that's not really an excuse for me to take a trade. I would rather see the market come back to buy side and then get the short. It's probably going to deliver down here, but not a plus to me. I'd rather see a 1 minute here. But you guys can see how this works. Because look at the entry now. Look how the RR changes, right? If the entry was up here, it would be a 1.57 to 1 trade. But now, entering here, it's a 0.6. So you're risking $1 to make 60 cents. Not a good idea. All right, so there's the sell side. I think this goes lower now too, but we'll see what happens. What a dump. No equal highs formed anywhere either. Lord, I got your DM. Give me... Okay, I'm going to send you the links, actually. Hold on 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'm going to send Lord the links to these prop firms. That's the first one, Lord, and the second one is My Funded Futures. Okay, guys, so congrats if you took that 5-minute short. I didn't, but it wasn't bad. And then this is the second one. Those are the two prop firms that I use. And yeah. Tesla is dumping. How's AMD doing? How's Enphase? Ugh. No nice. All right. Okay, I tried it with 3 MNQ on 50K and felt a lot more comfortable. 100%, bro. It's all, guys, all about risk management, okay? All about risk management. So now my eye draws to this 5-minute fair value gap right here. If somehow, guys, we get a nice inverse up on this 5-minute, then this would be a decent long stop to break even at this internal buy side. Because we swept liquidity, we have another inverse. So we'll see what happens here. Ooh, this looks pretty good too, though. If this inverses to the upside, I wouldn't mind trying this with 1 NQ contract. And then your stop to break even would be at this high. But, guys, but. And we just entered the OB. So there's a bullish OB here and a potential 1-minute fair value gap forming. Look at the 2-minute. I'm gonna give you 2% of my first profit. No, bro, you don't need to give me any profits, all right? All I want is for you guys to learn. If you guys can be successful with IFEGs, that will make my day, and that's all we need. Trust me, bro, I don't need your profits. Where is... Oh, this is OB. That's what I was drawing out here. So I doubt that this 1-minute is going to inverse to the upside. But it's worth a shot. I just would really rather see this liquidity get swept. So we'll see where this 1-minute closes. But I would really prefer, guys... So we did sweep this liquidity. I would love to have seen one more sweep and then get the long. But if this 1-minute inverses, you can try this. I'd give this a 6 out of 10, but your stop to break even would be at this high. So let's see if it even... I mean, look how high it's closing up, guys, so I can't even take this now. Yeah, no entry for me, guys, sorry. So we're trading into this 5-minute fair value gap now. If this closes above, guys, like right here, that's a different story. I'll enter that long. Negative says, did you see how low Apple went today? No. Let's take a look at Apple. What happened to it? Did we dump? 3%? So guys, I'm telling you right now. So I made a bet on Polymarket that Apple is not going to be the biggest market cap company by the end of 2025. If we inverse this weekly fair value gap right here, if we inverse this to the downside, we swept a internal high at high of all-time highs. Apple looks like it's going to dump. Apple looks like we could potentially come back down to here. We could come down to here, potentially come down to here. Apple looks dangerous. This does not look good to me. Took it long again after the FEG close. I don't think it's a great trade, guys, to be honest. But that's up to you guys. This is not a plus to me. Yes, we swept liquidity and we're trading from an order block. But really, the A plus trade will come when the 5-minute inverse is back to the upside. Because right now, we could just easily be coming up on this 1 minute to trade into the 5 and dump further down. And we have liquidity on here. That's fine, Jose, that you're taking it with 1 MNQ. But even if you're reducing risk, guys, you should still be taking the best setups. And this, in my opinion, is not A plus. I think this is probably a leg that's going to deliver us lower. I could be wrong here again, guys, but it's all about taking the right setups. So your stop loss, Jose, is if the 1 minute closes back below both of these fair value gaps right here. And personally, I would definitely move your stop to break even when this high hits, because we could be coming up to trade into this 1 minute to reject. So this is another mistake I made, guys. When I started trading IFEGs, the guy that I learned majority of the IFEG setups from, I got really cocky in the beginning because I saw them work and I was like, whoa, this is like a crazy model. I can't believe this is actually real. And I would take a bunch of inverse for value gap setups when I shouldn't have. And yes, a lot of the times they work. But if you don't have your psychology down, if you don't know how to size properly, if you go on tilt easily, if you get emotional, you're still going to get wrecked. So it's not A plus because I believe that the market's delivering lower. I think that these lows will probably come now. And we still haven't traded above this 5 minute. That's holding price down. This is the PD array that's more important to me than the 1 minute fair value gap. So like, I wouldn't be surprised to see this deliver to the downside here. Yeah, so like this, when this high got swept, my stop would have been moved to break even. So I would have gotten stopped out on that 1 minute trade. So I am paying attention, guys, to the 5 minute fair value gap. This is the PD array that is holding down price right now. We're in an intraday sell program, and this is the PD array that's holding down price. I think you should include videos of IFEGs that are not A plus, because when one is trying to figure out what they should look for, the setup tick the boxes. This setup tick the boxes. Yeah, I agree with you. The tough part about those, so those are going to be those will have to be long form content, because with a 60-second short, it's very difficult to go into that much detail. But yeah, I will also focus on making some of those too for you guys. In the Discord, guys, so one of the things that I like to do, I showed you guys this before, but there's a section called Daily Market Recap. So most days I'll go over the market, especially if I see something that was really good. And I will go over the failed IFEGs in there so you guys can understand what's good and what's bad. Don't worry, we'll watch. You just put all the ads so you can get paid. I do not. First of all, YouTube, you don't make shit, especially if you're an educator, because you need like hundreds of thousands of followers to actually make money off of ads. Like, I have friends that have 40,000 subscribers on YouTube and they make like a few $100s a month. It's like ridiculous. And that's not the point. I mean, yes, it would be nice to make money with them, but the money is so minuscule, it's not worth it. I don't do it for the money because I know that for me to actually make money on YouTube, I would have to have so many more subscribers than I do. And I don't expect to be, you know, getting 100,000 subscribers. That's, I mean, maybe in the future, but I doubt it. We'll see. But yeah, looking at this, guys, on the higher time frames, the rejection from this 30 looks pretty bearish to me. This looks like, so eventually this low resistance liquidity is going to get run right here. This LRLR. And it will, when it gets run, it's going to get run nicely. I don't know if that's going to happen today, but I would rather see us trade further into discount and look for longs in discount of the range, right? Discount being from high to low of this leg. If you want to draw it from this low, 50% is all the way down here. So we're not even close to discount yet. So to see like a long that's actually going to continue to the upside, I want to see this get swept first. Oops. And again, guys, I could be wrong. This could be the setup, but I want to see the 5-minute close above first. And then my stop to break even on the trade will be at this high. And then I'll leave runners up. But again, I only enter the trade if the 5-minute closes above. Where are those levels from? What levels? These lows right here. If I get it right, this type of trading isn't holding coin, but stop loss and long. Yeah, Lord, this is not... This is day trading, guys. This is day trading. So I'm in and out of the market, sometimes in 30 seconds, sometimes in a minute, sometimes in 10 minutes, sometimes in 15. But there's always a stop loss and a take profit. Holding a coin is completely different, and that's long-term investing or swing trading, which I also do, and those are called in the Discord, but that is not what this is. This is live day trading. Gear grind, orange boxes. Oh, these guys are called new week opening gaps. So this is an indicator. I love TradingView. The software I'm using right now is completely free to use. But you can add this indicator using the indicators tab right here. It's called new week opening gap, new day opening gap by Kryptonite. These gaps in orange you see are pretty much, they're gaps that form when the market opens. So when the market closes on Friday and opens on Sunday, the gap that you see here that formed is called a new week opening gap. And this indicator automatically labels them for me. They're like a magnet for price. So it's another indicator that I use. You can see here this new week opening gap, we rejected perfectly from the top and we dumped. And they're used as support too. So like we came down and traded into these new week opening gaps here and we used them to drive the market higher. So they're like a magnet for price. I use them as profit targets for my shorts and my longs. No, we will all watch you. Just put the ads so you can get paid, haha. But the more people watch, the more the algos will make others watch you. Once you become mainstream, we won't see you no more. But the more people watch you, the more the algos will make others watch you. We won't see you no more? What do you mean you won't see me? Of course you'll see me, guys. Just subscribe and you'll always see my alerts when they come in. You said you're leaving after 1,000 subs? No, I didn't. I did not say I'm leaving after 1,000. No, stay a little YouTuber and answer my questions with details. Guys, you know that that's not possible. But, yeah, if you guys want direct messages from me or coaching calls, in the Discord, we do include a one-on-one coaching session. So you guys are welcome to use that as part of your membership. But unfortunately, yeah, if I get big, if I do eventually, I'm not going to have time to answer everyone's questions. So enjoy it while you have it. If it, who knows how long it will last for, but yeah. Yeah, so a few members don't not every member uses the one-on-one session, but I do coaching calls with a few people that are learning ICT, and I teach them one-on-one what kind of fair value gaps work and what doesn't, and we go over some of the trades that they personally took on their accounts, things like that. So I think it's a good thing to use if you're new. But again, guys, you don't need it. You can basically learn on your own. But it is nice sometimes if you're new to be able to ask someone who has more knowledge on it than you. Okay, guys, we got 1 minute till this close. So let's see how we close here. $30 more seconds. Hopefully we don't close too high up here. We do have a 1 minute fair value gap that we could potentially reject from here. Just keep that in mind. But where is this? So what I'm going to do, guys, if this closes above, I will wait for a small retrace down to here, and that's where my limit order will be for 2 contracts here. Okay, I'm going to enter there. Stop will be a 5-minute close back below the fair value gap. Stop to break even will be at this high, and I'll hold all the way back up to here. I really would like to see this 1 minute close above. So we might get stopped out on this trade, but we'll see. Okay, so now we sit and we wait, guys. Again, I would take this trade most times. I think it's a good setup. If it loses, but that's part of the game, guys. Stop to break even again at this high. I would not be surprised if we come and retrace down here. Maybe try and stop out some traders, then go up. But my stop is going to not be a hard stop. It's going to be a 5-minute close back below this fair value gap. I'm not going to trade this with 3 NQ because I wanted to see us trade into discount first. That's why I'm doing 1 NQ contract here. What? Stay a little YouTuber. Yes, you said on Tuesday. I said if I get 1,000 subs that I'm leaving. I don't remember saying that. Jose, how much is your Discord? It's $19 a month, which for what you get on it, I think is very cheap. But yes, I have lost sleep with trading before when I was new, but not anymore. So the sentiment changed because of the 5-minute close. Yeah. So what I'm saying, guys, is that anyone who shorted this 5-minute gap has their stop loss above this high. So at minimum, we should go up to this high. That's the thesis behind this trade. Now, we are not in discount yet, so that's why I'm only sizing with 1 NQ here. But nonetheless, it should work. If you guys really want to limit risk here, you could move your stop to break even right now because we swept this high, but I'm not going to. I will move my stop to break even if this internal buy side hits. Okay, guys. No, I'm not going to move my stop yet. Because this is 1 NQ. If this was 3 NQ contracts here, I probably would move my stop to break even. Because if this 1 minute fair value gap is going to push price down, if we're going to reject from it, then I'm going to lose this trade. But because it's 1 NQ, I'm happy to hold it. Guys, also make sure if you're in the stream, make sure you like the stream. It helps the algos. I know you guys want me to remain a small streamer, but the goal here is to get as many people to learn about these as possible. So, you guys got to be selfless, right? These F meme coins give me eyes patch. What the hell does that mean? Guys, my dog is tweaking. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, I don't like this 1 minute gap. I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to hold the trade because it's 1 NQ. But in theory, guys, we should come up to this high because the 5 minute inversed. And everyone that is long, or that's short, has their stop loss above this high. So again, if this high gets hit on the 1 minute, I will move my stop to break even. So not yet, but when it does hit, I will move my stop. Or when it comes close. Maybe if we get like a couple ticks from it, I'll move my stop to break even here. Okay. Yeah, guys, don't trade meme coins. They suck. Trust me. And again, guys, I'm fully accepting the risk on this trade. If I lose this trade, it'll be probably, what? $500 loss, give or take. That's fine with me. But once this high hits, guys, I will move my stop to break even. I would rather see the 1 minute close up here. I'm waiting to see what happens on this 1 minute candle. If we get a 1 minute close here, that'll be extra nice because that tells me that this bearish PD ray is not holding down price anymore. Okay, so that was an immediate rejection, which I do not like. But we will hold the trade. So what can easily happen here, guys, is we can come all the way down and retest the 5 and then go up. So do not be surprised if we come back and trade into this and then go higher. So we really should see this OB hold price up, this 1 minute order block. But if we dump below it, we'll take out the sell side and then maybe go higher. But again, my stop is a 5 minute close back below this IFEG right here. Due to lack of sleep, hoping to wake up with millions. Good luck, guys. Okay, so far a bullish reaction from the OB, but let's see if it drives us higher here. Okay, so I don't like the fact that we're rejecting from this one. I want to see us push up. I don't want to see it stall here. Okay, so again, guys, you see this rejection from the one. What can happen now? Either we trade into this 5 minute and go higher, or I get stopped out on the trade. We'll see which one happens. Again, I size this with 1 NQ because of the fact that we did not trade into discount of this range. This is where I would be looking for trades with heavy size. But until I get this, I'm trading with 1 NQ. So it's all about risk management. It's all about positions in the market. There's a lot of different things that you have to take into account. And I'm constantly looking at the lower time frames to see how the 1 minute behaves. I can see we're rejecting from this 1 minute fair value gap, which is not great. I'd like to see this completely displace higher. So always, guys, look at the lower time frames too, just to read price and see what's going on. I always tell Discord members that this lower time frame is how you avoid big losses, and also how you know if the market is shifting structure. So if I see like a big push up here and then a 1 minute inverse, so like let's say we stall here, right? We consolidate. Then we push higher here and we get a 1 minute inverse. I know immediately I need to close the trade because this could be a shift in market structure to the downside. Did you just invest? What do you mean, Lord? We just formed... Oh, no, we didn't. I was going to say we formed perfect equal lows here, but we did not. Okay, so guys, if this high gets swept, I will move my stop to break even. And the reason for that is this is an internal high, and if the market is going to push and we break this high, we should just go. So if we just stall at this high and then we dump, I'll probably get stopped out of the trade. It'll probably be a losing trade. So I like to move my stop to break even so that I'm not losing. Okay. So we will see what we get here. So pay attention to this internal high. Because a lot of people that are trying to short this, let's say they're correct. The market will likely deliver us up, stop them out, and then go down. But again, guys, the whole basis behind the trade was a 5-minute inverse. And at minimum, we should target this buy side above. But we might get some dumps beforehand. But again, the stop is going to be a 5-minute close back below this fair value gap that we closed above. I think Jose said what did you say, Jose? I'm going to add to the position if the 5-minute inverses. So Jose's in this pretty big. Probably 2 MNQ now, or 3. Yeah, so I didn't... I mean, technically, yes, it is kind of an investment lord. But it's not really. It's just a day trade. So I'm risking $500 to potentially make a lot more. So my stop to break even will be here. And yeah, we'll just let it run. It's either going to be a big trade or a big loss. I mean, a big win or a break even trade, most likely. So again, I'm waiting for this high to get swept. You guys can see the take profit. Oh, you guys don't even see my stop loss because of where I'm positioned here. But my stop loss is down here, right? But it's going to be a 5-minute close, so it might be lower, it might be higher. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But you guys can see we're stalling in this 1-minute gap, which I really don't like. And once this high gets hit, again, guys, I will move my stop to break even. And that's it. So we'll probably come down and trade into this 5-minute. Wow, big dump. So again, guys, I fully accepted the risk of this trade. What could happen here is we come down to the 5 and then go higher. But we will see. 5-minute close below the fair value gap is going to be my stop loss on the trade. There's a reason I sized with 1 NQ. I do not like what just happened here, guys. I told you guys I was scared of this 1-minute fair value gap. We really need to see a big push back up here. I think on this trade, guys, I will keep my stop as a hard stop right here. Because if I'm wrong, then we're probably going to dump much lower here. So I'd rather just reduce my risk. But yeah. From my meme experience, it'll go up. We have a 5-minute gap here, so. Do you trade the 5-minute or the 1-minute? This was a 5-minute inverse, but I trade 1-minute inverses as well. But this was a 5-minute inverse trade. This was the entry right here, and stop loss will be a 5-minute close back below the fair value gap. But because of the nature of where we are in the markets, because we are in premium of this range, I took this with 1 NQ, and I'm keeping my stop as a hard stop below the 5. Because if I'm wrong, this is going to completely collapse, and it's going to go way lower, and I don't want to risk more money than I need to on this trade. I only size with 1, guys. I normally size with 2 or 3, and it's just because of the nature of where we are in the markets. It's still a good trade, in my opinion, but again, you have to be cautious. So this needs to be the low or close to the low here. Yeah, it does not look pretty. Ooh, if this, again, guys, if this high gets hit, I will move my stop to break even on this trade. We're trading into this 1 minute. This needs to push us higher now. Don't want to see a rejection from here. So again, guys, if this high now gets swept, I'm moving my stop to break even. So now I'm going to redraw this so you guys can see this. There is a 1 minute fair value gap that we need to close above here. Need. Don't look good. I do like that we reacted bullishly from this 5 so far. This is like the final hope here. I'll delete these now so you guys can see the 5 minute fair value gap here. I told you guys again, there is a reason I invested with one NQ. I think we will probably go back to this high, but I have to protect myself, guys. Stop to break even if this high hits. And guys, this will be the one trade for me today. We had almost a $1,000 win yesterday, give or take. And this will be a loss for the day if it ends up closing below my stop loss. And that's it. We really need to see this 5 minute hold, guys. This is looking grim, I'll tell you right now. And still no stop out. This might be the low here, but I doubt it. We'll see. I'll move my stop just below these two lows right here, just in case it's going to do the one tick sweep thing and go up. But we should, in theory, hold this 5 minute FEG and then go higher still. But again, guys, I have to protect my capital. I can be wrong. I'm not a market guru. There are always trades that fail. It's part of life. You guys will see me take countless losing trades on this account. And that's just the nature of the game. But you'll also see me take lots of winning trades. but that's the nature of the game. So again, guys, if this high gets hit, I will move my stop to break even. What a roller coaster. I'm new to your trading strategy. How do you draw the fair value gap? Hold on, I'll tell you guys in a second. We're just let's see if this hits, and then we'll move our stop to break even. Crazy, huh, Jose? And you guys see how I'm not surprised at all? It just happens. I've seen this happen literally 1,000 times. Nothing surprises me anymore. I just trade. That's it. Just follow the plan, and that's it. So again, guys, I am not moving my stop to break even yet. When the high hits, I move my stop to break even. And if this trade gets stopped out, then it is what it is. I did my job. Let's make sure there's no SMT with ES. No, there is not. All right, guys, I'm moving my stop to break even there. I don't like that it almost hit it and it rejected. So if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. And yeah, we'll let the trade go all the way up here. If you guys are in this trade, you can take your partial here. I'm not going to. I'm going to let it run. And let's see if I get stopped out here. Again, guys, it's all part of trading. Now this is a free trade. I don't have to worry at all. Just let it run. If you guys want to book 500 on the day or whatever it's going to be, you can take your partial up here. I'm debating it. What I'm going to do, guys, if this high gets hit, I'm going to move my stop loss up here to the body of this candle because I'd rather book some profits. And if I'm correct and this just runs, then I'll be able to take profits much higher than this. So now we're looking at this high to see what happens. Again, guys, if I get stopped out, it's fine. It's a free trade. That's all that I care about. And if this high gets hit, guys, I'm going to move my stop loss right here to the top of the body of this candle. So I can book profits on the day. And if not, if it stops me out, great. It'll be like like 400 bucks or something. And if I am correct and this just keeps running, I'll book profits somewhere in this general area. Okay, so we're up 400 on the trade. Again, guys, when the high gets hit, I'm moving my stop right here to the body of this candle. So I should book like 400. Lord says, so never go all in. Well, no, I mean, never risk your whole portfolio. But you have to have a set amount of position size. For me, it's 1, 2, or 3 MNQ contract and NQ contracts on this account. So again, guys, when the high gets hit, I'm moving my stop up here so I can book at least some profits. It'll be like 450 bucks. And then I'll leave if I get lucky and it runs. All right, so my stop is now a guaranteed $450. And if this really just pushes here, then I should make quite a bit more. We'll see. Maybe I'll sell the position here at this high. Either or, whichever hits. All right, guys, there's a $450 win right there. Bam! So Michael Chipwonky says, I'm new to your trading strategy. How do you draw the fair value gap? The fair value gap is, first of all, guys, if you want to learn about fair value gaps, I have so many YouTube shorts, so subscribe, and you will see tons of 60-second shorts on it. But it's basically this. Okay, if you look at this chart, this is a 5-minute chart on NQ. The fair value gap comes from the 1, 2, and 3 candles you see right here. There is an area of unbalanced price action right here. So I draw a box from the wick to the wick. So the wick of this candle is here, and the secondary wick is right here. Draw it out in time, that's the box. So once we sweep liquidity, which we did right here, and we close back above the fair value gap, which we did right here, that is your entry for the trade. Your stop loss is a 5-minute close back below the fair value gap, and your take profit is the next internal high. Or you can move your stop to break even here if you're very bullish, and you can hold till the real next internal high, which is up here. Okay? But because I have a lot of experience in the market, and I know that we're in premium of a range, right? It's hard to explain now, guys, in a few seconds, but we're in the premium of this leg, okay? The leg goes from this low to this high. We're in premium. Discount is down here. The odds are not high that we're going to deliver all the way up to buy side when we're in premium. So I like to take profits much earlier, just in case the market is going to reverse. But you can see where my entry was right here. And I held the trade all the way down because I have conviction. And I know that most of the time this works. Again, I had a hard stop just in case I was wrong. But we never stopped me out and we went higher. That's the whole idea behind the trade. That's an IFEG. But if you guys subscribe, I have tons of YouTube shorts related to it. And a lot of people have been asking me for a course. So I'm going to try and make a very short course on it, like a long form playlist on YouTube, so you guys can see that as well. And then, of course, if you guys want to join the Discord, you're welcome to. There's a link in the description. There's one-on-one coaching that I do with every single client. You get 30 minutes one-on-one coaching. We can either do once a month, or if you guys want, we can do more than that, just depending on how many people subscribe to it. But it also includes all my live alerts. So, you know, when I take trades, I call them out here. It includes all my long-term stock ads, so any stocks that I'm investing in my long-term portfolios, my option selling, which is a whole nother spiel that I make a lot of money with, or most income with from trading, and then swing trading. So you get a lot of stuff with that, one-on-one coaching, and yeah, just a good community. So Jose says your trades are usually around 9 a.m. Pacific instead of 6:30 a.m. It depends. Normally they're in the macro times, and it also depends on market structure and where we are. But if you guys want another good indicator, I showed you the new week opening gaps. But these ICT macros by Cognito, also under the indicators tab, find this guy and take a screenshot of these macros. Macro 9, macro 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These are times when the market runs, okay? The algorithms, because this is going to be mind-blowing to some of you. The market runs on an algorithm. I know that's hard to believe, but most of what you see here is all algorithmic. It's computers that are running the market. The market likes to run from sell-side liquidity to buy-side liquidity, back to sell-side. It's all to stop out traders. I explained to you guys why I entered this trade, right? We swept sell-side liquidity, and everybody that's short the market, the algorithms want to stop them out. So when I see this candle close above the 5-minute gap, that is my signal that the algorithm has changed price to the next buy-side liquidity. So I know with a high degree of certainty, when this candle closes above the 5-minute gap, we are likely to drive price back to the next internal high, which you can see right here, this buy-side. So that's how the market runs. It stops people out to the short side. It stops people out that are long. Then it stops people out that are short. Then it stops people out that are long. So whenever you guys get this feeling, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I got stopped out of the trade. The markets don't know your specific stop loss, but they know where most people have their stop losses. So the market is designed to go there to generate liquidity, make you lose money, and big money makes money off of you. That's basically how it is. So you have to find a model that works with big money, and this is that kind of situation that I just explained right here. How long to reach your knowledge? Guys, I have been trading futures for probably almost 5 years now. And I was not profitable until about basically it took me 2.5 years to gain profitability and 5 years to get to the knowledge that you're hearing from me right now. So it's not a quick get rich scheme. It's not a meme coin, buy this and watch it go to the moon. It takes years and years of dedication. I've spent thousands of hours looking at the charts, and that's why I can do what I do. And even if you do that, if you don't have the trading psychology to hold positions, risk management, there's a lot. Okay, guys, so don't just expect this to be something that's going to be a walk in the park. But what's nice about having somebody that's learned this stuff is that I can help you with a shortcut. I can give you guys the stuff that works and not the fluff. And that's the whole reason that I think it's a benefit to watch somebody who has the market knowledge. I can basically show you guys what works without all the BS that I have to go through. And I'm telling you right now, all that you need, you don't need any indicators, you don't need anything. Just liquidity and fair value gaps. And when you see a fair value gap get closed above, it's not this simple every time. When you see it get closed above, target the next high. Or vice versa. If you're short, so we swept buy side liquidity. Let me rewind the market right here. Actually, you guys can see it. Oh, whoops, what did I just do? Exit replay mode. Right here, there was a 1 minute inverse fair value gap. We swept buy side liquidity right here. And on the high time frame to the left of the chart, there was. And there was a beautiful 1 minute short. Was this where it was? Wait, am I on the right section, guys? Or was it a 2 minute short? Where was the trade that I was going to show you guys? Oh, it was right here. I'm sorry. This was yesterday. We had a buy side liquidity sweep right here. Oh my God. Shift. And then we had a 1 minute inverse right here. We closed below the fair value gap on this candle. And then you could see that the market delivered all the way down to sell side here. So the market just likes to move from buy side to sell side, buy side to sell side. Again, guys, it's a complicated model. Wait, I'm still on a replay mode. Hold on. I think it was here, guys, the short that I was telling you about. Yeah, right here. This 1 minute inverse. We swept this buy side right here by a tick. You see how we swept this by a tick? Then there was a bullish fair value gap. We closed below it on this candle, and we delivered all the way down to sell side liquidity. And then vice versa. Now we got the 5 minute inverse. We got the long, and you guys can see here after buy side was taken, we rejected. Jose, last couple of lives, I've been seeing you've been on live a lot longer. Thank you. Of course, bro. Of course. I really like teaching. I think it's fun to do, but it also is a lot more fun when the market is delivering cleanly. Like we were sitting, even yesterday, guys, we sat for hours before we took a trade. And finally, when we got the 50-minute inverse here, I took a long and we made like $1,000 close to. And then here, obviously, we waited all day until we got this liquidity sweep, trade into the order block, inverse fair value gap, and take profits at the highs. So I think that's going to be it, guys, though, because we have been on here for a very long time. If I were you guys, I would pay attention to these lows right here and this 4-hour fair value gap. I think the market will probably drive there. And yeah, so once we get there, we can look for more longs and discount. Answering my question costs him 20 minutes. I mean, listen, guys. I can't, right now I'm new, okay? I'm new to this. I don't have that many subscribers. I don't have the credibility to be able to charge a crazy amount of money. Eventually, my Discord is going to become more expensive when I get more followers, but also I have to respect that not everybody makes a ton of money, and you guys there has to be an affordable situation for most people. So that has to come into play when you decide on how to price a Discord or how to price whatever. Greg says, when you know about liquidity, you can make good money if you're disciplined and obey your stop and have patience. 100%. Yeah, I'm done trading for the day. I only need 800 to pass the 3 free evals. You get 3 free evals from Apex? I didn't know that. But yeah, guys, if you want a link to my X to subscribe, it's completely free. I post there most days. Just look at the pinned comment under twitter.com/castlecapital. If you guys want to join the Discord, there's a 3 free day trial going on, so you're welcome to join. And yeah, I wish you guys the best. And I don't think I'll be live streaming tomorrow, maybe, but we've had a huge week. So there's no need to be pushing for anything now. Yeah, if you did the test run for wealth charts. Oh, okay. Got it, Jose. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. And we will be back at it on Monday. Oh, one more thing, guys. If you're joining the Discord, every week on Sunday, I post a market overview and we go over the calendar and what days we're going to trade. So you guys will see this post on the news economic calendar section. And that's where we'll have the overview. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So tomorrow I was expecting you.